Hello and welcome to a channel update for April. Now, this is where I get to tell you what's going to be happening in the next month, and you get to tell me what you think about it. We are going to be talking about the fact that the channel is getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, and what you would like to see happen when that happens. We're going to be talking about all the upcoming series, and we're going to be talking about all the current series. So, let's start with the fact that the channel's getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. Which, you know, it's pretty crazy. We're getting a lot more subscribers than we used to. We're getting, like, I remember it took us 6 months to get to, I think it was 6 months to get to 100. And now we're getting 200 a month, which is, it's pretty crazy. But I am liking it quite a lot. And, yes, it is kind of traditional for a YouTuber when they hit 1,000 subscribers to do something special. So, I want to know what you want to see. Do you want to have an AMA, a question and answers kind of thing? Do you want to have, like, I don't know, a special game that I wouldn't normally play but you want to see? I don't know. That's the kind of thing, that's the reason I'm asking, and, you know, I'd be interested in seeing what people would like to see. Now, series that are continuing. We have the Fuzzway series, which is, well, I say this every month, should be ending any day now. Yeah, it basically depends on whether we get a character who has reasonable traits for ending the series, and whether we have, well, whether we actually ever get a claim. I believe it's been about 10 episodes or so since we've last seen ourselves actually get a claim on another province. Yes. We have, what's the other one? Crusader King, the other Crusader Kings. We have the Warhammer, Villainous Vampires. That's going to keep going. It's pretty good. It's starting to speed up. Once we get our parity situation sorted out, we're going to really expand very quickly, and it will be a lot of fun as we get into that kind of stage of the game. We have the Europa Universalis 4 series, which I do have a kind of provisional end date. I believe that Stellaris is coming out at the start of May, so, you know, I'd like the Europa Universalis 4 series to end before Stellaris comes out, and if it isn't over by the time Stellaris comes out, I may just end it, because I think Stellaris will be a lot more fun. I'm actually starting to be a little bit, like, Europa Universalis 4 is a little bit, it doesn't seem to hold my interest for as long as some of the other series. Like, CK2, I'm good enough at it that I can actually, I can think of a lot of different strategies, I can try a lot of different things out, I can approach the same problem from a lot of different directions, while Europa Universalis 4 kind of has it almost feels like there is a correct answer to a lot of the problems, and I just don't know it a lot of the time, and that's kind of a little bit of an issue, because I don't know how I can make it interesting. Like, there's not a lot of unique strategies, because I'm not as good at the game, I can't see them. I assume that someone who is better at the game will be able to see all of these, you know, cool ideas, but it just doesn't seem to be clicking, and I think that it's about time for that series to just be ending, and then us to be moving on to, well, basically new unexplored territory, which is what Stellaris will be. I think Stellaris will be a lot of fun, because it seems like it's very sandbox. It's very, a little bit more like Crusader Kings and Sandbox, like it's a lot about exploration, it's about discovery, it's about finding other cultures and then seeing what they're like and trying to interact with them, and, you know, it seems like it'll be a lot of fun. What other series do we currently have running? Yes, Divinity, that's the one I always forget about. Divinity is going to keep going. We have a large enough backlog that there shouldn't be any issues with it, and it should just keep going pretty much until we're finished the game, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to finish the game anytime soon, at least if the, you know, average game completion times have it, like, are accurate. Anyway, series that are going to be coming up on the channel. Well, Dragon Age Inquisition has just finished, or will be just finishing as this video comes out, and that is, that's been a long series. That's been since pretty much the start of the proper, you know, ramping up of videos on the channel. Like, that would be what I'd call the second proper series, because we did Binding of Isaac right at the start, then it was the Cagliari series, and then it was Dragon Age Origins, because that's what this series was carried through from, and that's been a lot of fun, and I would like to do another BioWare RPG, so I think we're going to start Jade Empire. Now that game is really difficult to record. I've been having a lot of issues with it, but I think I've got it set down, and it should be a lot of fun. It's not actually as long a game as Dragon Age, which might actually be a good thing. And it means that we can kind of switch onto something new if something cool comes out. Like Obsidian's new thing that they announced, Tyranny, which seems like I think it's called Tyranny. It's a really cool looking game. I think it's on the path, from what we've had a look, it looks like it's on the, well, not Path of Exile, Pillars of Eternity kind of engine. And it's you playing as a bad guy, and you're kind of, it's after the villains have won, it's what you do with the world. And that seems like a cool concept. And that would be a kind of thing that I'd want to jump into, but there's no release date, there's no real information about it, so, you know, I want to be a little bit more flexible and be able to switch on to something like that. Like, say if it came out in a month's time, I'd like to be able to switch on to that very quickly, because that seems like something that would be a lot of fun, but it's going to take a lot of time to play through. What else is going to be coming up? We've got another series in Crusader Kings coming up, which is as yet undecided. I'm going to put out a video just before this video goes up, which is going to be discussing the end of the previous series. I'm going to have a poll for what the new series is going to be. We're going to see what that's like. It should be a lot of fun, and, you know, hopefully it's quite as successful as the Aegon series has been. I would like to take a little bit moment to talk about some of the views on the series and see, like, as in how many views each series has gotten, because I think it's quite interesting. The Crusader Kings series, the views have been, like, skyrocketing. They've been going up, and that would lead me to believe that nearly everybody who is subscribing for Crusader Kings, or at least a very large percentage. I know I have people who are watching the Dragon Age stuff, so I assume that that's there. I know we have people watching Divinity stuff, and both of their views have risen as well. But Europa Universalis 4's views have actually been dropping, which leads me to believe that there are just less people interested in me doing that content as well, which is another part of me not wanting to continue doing it just because it's, or not necessarily not wanting to continue doing it, but I would prefer if there was something else in that slot, and I think that Solaris is the perfect thing to fill that for just now. Anything else? I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Yep, I think that's about it. So, thank you for watching. And if you have any suggestions for the 1000 subscriber special that will be at some point, please let me know below, because if it's going to be a question and answer session, we need to plan that a little bit in advance, because it's going to need, well, I can't actually live stream from where I am, so it's going to need a lot of, it's going to need a video like in advance that basically asks for questions. That's about it. But if it's going to be a game, I can do that when that number hits. If it's going to be some other thing that you come up with, that could also be, like, it just needs a little bit of planning, and that's why I'm asking quite this early. Anyway, thanks for watching, see you next time, goodbye.